Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm giving you an update of an experience that I had with We Buy Any Car. Okay, so it's currently middle of December 2022, and in the UK, second-hand car sales have started to plummet, especially on cars over, I would probably say, about £2,000. So if you're trying to sell a car over £2,000, it could be long and torturous, but that's okay. That's what it is. I've been selling a car for about £5,500, advertised on Marketplace. Had a few enquiries, very few enquiries to tell you the truth. And a few months ago, October and before of 2022, that car would have sold straight away. Obviously the marketplace is completely different at the moment, so you need to take that into consideration. Everybody's now paying higher bills for the gas and electricity and all that good stuff, and people are worried about the jobs and this looming recession in the UK. So buying an expensive item over the price that I've just stated is a bit of a difficult choice. However, I was trying to move this car on for £5,500. Didn't get much success on Marketplace, so I decided to take it to We Buy Any Car, and I went online and booked an appointment, and they gave me a price of £5,350, and that's for a 7-year-old car. And I thought that was okay. It doesn't matter what the car is. Ultimately, went down to We Buy Any Car on their appointment, and I was observing what was happening with other customers, and two other customers came out, and they were not happy with the price that they were offered with their cars. However, they did accept it. So I'm guessing it's a state of desperation that these people accepted the price that We Buy Any Car had stated that they would buy the car at. So I thought that was an interesting experience. So they obviously were quoted a price online, and the price that they got at the workshop, let's call it a workshop, was much less than what they expected. So I thought, okay, let's see where this goes. And sure enough, so this car that I was selling in was £5,350, as quoted online. They had a look around the car, a 7-year-old car, full service history, only one key, but in very good condition, only 43,000 miles, and they went around the car, put all the little bits and bats in that, the car wasn't perfect because it's 7 years old. And sure enough, they came back with a new price, and that price was literally a few pounds over £4,000. So that was a 25% drop. A 25% drop in the original quotation. So let's talk about the original quotation of £5,350. That would have been a quotation based on the age of the car and the mileage. But that quotation is not including wear and tear and usage over those 43,000 miles. It's there to lure you in to the workshop of We Buy Any Car, and then they go around the car and see that there's a key missing, and there's whatever missing, and and then they drop the price. Now, the people that I saw there looked fairly desperate to get rid of their car, and it was almost as if they were pushed into a corner. Yes, and they did sell their cars for the reduced price, which was, I think one was quoted £7,000, and they sold it for £4,500, of which they were not particularly happy. So this is an interesting experience. I know the marketplace is going down when it comes to second-hand cars over, let's say, £2,000. However, the lure of getting you into the workshop, and you've got this mind that you're going to sell the car and you're going to do something with that money, whatever it is that you're going to do. You're ready to sell. So I went into the office, and then they offered me £4,000, a few pound over £4,000, something like 4,020. So I knew that £4,020 had to have a further £75 removed, because that's the new administration price. It used to be £50, now it's £75. So I would have got less than £4,000 for the car. I turned down the offer of this money for 4,000, of which the operative, the guy at We Buy Any Car, was quite surprised. He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, I don't need to sell this car. I don't need to move it on. I said, "We'll wait and see." And he was quite surprised. He thought that it was offering a really good price. So the point of this is, when you get your price on We Buy Any Car, that price will be based on the car being absolutely perfect. No scratches, no dings, no scuffs on the wheels, full service history, 2 sets of keys, everything absolutely perfect. If your car isn't that, then you won't get the price that you've been quoted, and the price reduces dramatically for each of the issues that are with your car. Now, with a 7-year-old car, you would expect chips on the bonnet, you would expect maybe a scuff on a wheel, things like that. So I'm just warning you that when you go to We Buy Any Car, you will potentially have a massive reduction in the offer price once they've gone through each of the little problems that's with your car. Okay? As a final note, by the way, the people at We Buy Any Car were lovely people. There's no problem there. Yeah, the level of service and the process and that was very good. Yeah, the problem is the price and the drop in price. So, as a final thought, when it comes to purchasing cars in 2023, do not get a PCP car. We don't know where 2023 is going, so be very careful. I think we're going into quite a large recession, although that hasn't been stated at this moment in time. But I think we are. And let's understand it, inflation is not at 10%. So while the nurses are trying to get a 10% pay rise, and they're being offered by the government a 5% pay rise, that's completely incorrect. Inflation is now currently at around 20%. It ain't 10%. It's only 10% from what the government and the Bank of England say, because they want to be able to limit the rise in wages in the public sector. If everybody thought and stated, if it was stated that it was 20%, then they'd have to offer somewhere in the region of 20% to the nurses. So if nurses get 10%, yeah, they are still taking a pay cut. Anyway, that's besides the point. Going back to cars, if you're looking to buy a car, look at what you've got in savings. So you've got, let's say, £5,000 in savings. Half that, 2,500, that's your budget for your car. Yeah? Don't go and spend all your savings on a car. Don't save up £5,000 and go and spend £5,000. That's not how it works. Stop spending all your money on a car. So just repeat that. If you've got £5,000 in savings, or £4,000. If you've got £4,000 in savings, your budget is half of that £4,000, which makes it £2,000. Yeah? Don't buy PCP. Understand what your budget is, half the budget, but understand what your savings are, half the savings, and that's the budget of your car. I hope you found this useful. And oh, by the way, ironically, the day after going to see We Buy Any Car, a lady came and purchased the car that I took into We Buy Any Car for $5,250, which I was happy at. Yeah, so sometimes things do happen. I know the marketplace is quiet, but a lady got excited about the car and came and bought it the day after. There you go. Have a great day. It'll soon be Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone, and have a great new year. I'll see you soon. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.